Welcome back, and if this is your first time watching, my name's Brandon, and I sell men's clothing on eBay. This is day 30 of the What Sold series, where I show you my daily eBay sales. Let's not waste any time, let's jump right into those sales. The first sale of the day was a Stussy button-up shirt. It wasn't a camo print. It took about a month to sell, and it sold for full price, $25 plus shipping. I personally love selling this brand. I think I just really like the brand because it doesn't normally sell for crazy amounts of money, but as long as you price it accurately, then it does move relatively quickly. Sale number 2 was a Patagonia Pataloha Hawaiian shirt. It sold in 12 days for a best offer of $22 plus shipping. The shirt should sell in the $50 to $60 range, but it did have lots of flaws on it. I was so sad when I got it home from the flea market, realized that there were so many flaws with it. Because like I said, this should be a $50 or $60 shirt. Sale number 3 was a Lululemon Henley long sleeve. It took about 2 months to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $18 plus shipping. I don't think this had any flaws on it, so I was kind of surprised that it only sold for $18 and it took a full 2 months to sell, but it wasn't a men's size small, so I guess that's what kept it from selling quickly. Sale number 4 was a Ruka button-up corduroy shirt. This was actually really cool, and it also was new with tags. It did take 6 months to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $20 plus shipping. It wasn't a men's size small, so not the best size, and I probably just had it priced a little bit too high. Sale number 5, one of my favorite things to sell, a Rain Spooner Meliklikimaka Christmas shirt. This one sold in 1 month for a best offer of $35 plus shipping. This is probably the lowest, this is actually a little bit lower than I probably should have sold this shirt for, especially with the time of season that we're in, but I love selling items quickly, so I ended up taking the offer of $35. Sale number 6 was a Lacoste turtleneck shirt. This took about 3 months to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $23 plus shipping. A lot of the Lacoste stuff that isn't just the basic polos does pretty well. I've actually never seen one of their turtlenecks before, so this is the first one, and it sold decently. Sale number 7 was a Nike polo shirt. It only took 2 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $16 plus shipping. I picked this up at a thrift store a couple days ago for either $6 or $7, and I knew that it wasn't going to sell for a ton of money, but I knew that if I priced it right and accepted reasonable offers that came through, I could sell it quickly. It was one of the newer models, and it did have one of the pinwheels on the logo, so I knew that it was a better pickup than most of the other basic Nike polo shirts. Sale number 8 was a Vineyard Vines button-down shirt. It sold in 1 day for a best offer of $35 plus shipping. It was new with tags, and I paid $7 for it at the thrift store. Sale number 9 was an Icebreaker merino wool t-shirt. It took about 23 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $20 plus shipping. It did have quite a few holes on it, and this is actually my first time finding and selling Icebreaker. I always hear about it from other YouTubers, but this is my first time personally selling it myself, and even with the holes, it still sold for $20. Sale number 10, another one of my favorites, Jam's World Hawaiian shirts. This one sold in 3 days for a best offer of $45 plus shipping. This is one of the ones that was in my video where I talked about paying up for items. I paid $24 for this one, knowing that it would sell pretty quickly and for around $50, and this one sold for $45. Sale number 11 was a Lucky Brand Thermal Henley shirt. It took 4 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $11 plus shipping. Not the best item, so I was just happy to accept any reasonable offer. Sale number 12 was a pair of vintage Guess jeans. They took about 3 months to sell, and they sold for a best offer of $30 plus shipping. Probably could have got another $10 or $20 for these if they didn't have such a cropped fit. They were only a 24-inch inseam, and that's probably what made them take 3 months to sell and sell for $30. Sale number 13 was a Mountain Khakis button-up shirt. It took 26 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $10 plus shipping. Not a very good item to pick up, so I'm happy to accept any reasonable offer. Sale number 14 was a David Donahue dress shirt. It sold in 6 days for a best offer of $20 plus shipping. The David Donahue dress shirts usually sell better in the bigger sizes, and this is a smaller one, but it is a solid white one without any flaws. So most decent dress shirt companies are going to sell really well in plain white as long as they don't have any flaws on them. Sale number 15 was a Mizzen and Main button-up shirt. It sold in one day for a best offer of $25 plus shipping. I love selling this brand. They always sell in the $25 to $30 range and really quickly. Sale number 16 was a vintage Banana Republic denim jacket. It unfortunately wasn't a men's size small, so it took 1 month to sell and it sold for a best offer of $22 plus shipping. In a bigger size, I think this could have sold in the $30 to $40 range. Sale number 17 and the final sale of the day was an Untuck It button-up shirt. It took about a year to sell and it sold for a best offer of $10 plus shipping. Usually these sell in the $15 to $18 range, but I think it took so long to sell, I just had it priced maybe a little bit too high. I bet you if I priced it just $2 less, it would have sold within 3 months. That's how serious it is about pricing your items accurately. You could overprice it by just a couple dollars and it could sit for a year, and then you have to take a best offer of less than it's even actually worth. So that's it for the sales. Let's go ahead and jump into those numbers. On September 30th, we sold 17 items for a gross sales of $510.61, giving us an average sale price of $30.04. A little bit on the low side, but not too crazy low. As you know, the selling costs and the net sales are always inaccurate, so I went ahead and did the accurate numbers right here. The selling costs were $159.38. The breakdown for that is $64.26 in eBay final value fees, $89.44 in shipping labels, and $5.68 in promoted listing fees. 3 of the 17 items sold via promoted listings. I promote all my listings at 5%, and as I always say, I'm happy to pay the extra promoted listing fees to get a few extra sales. Anyways, when you take away the selling costs and the taxes and fees collected by eBay away from the gross sales amount, that gives us our net sales of $720.91. We still need to take away our cost of goods, which for 17 items is $179.35. If we take that away from the net sales, that'll give us our total net profit of $141.56. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for day 31 and the first day of October sales. Peace.